Two people. Hello. The
Darth Mom
Mom
1.
one.
Hello.
Hi. Five people. Hi, five people.
I know there's a 30-second delay, so I'm waiting. I know there's like 40 of you on here. The number's just going to jump, and all these comments are going to come in. So I'm
You're wait. Yeah.
waiting to see if I can see them. Hey, you heard? Hey, Catitude. Oh, you're hoping for that scary story from Oklahoma City.
This is
Hey,
Baby's
in
from
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Cheryl Freeland, how are you? You're going to hear that scary story in October. Hi, Jen.
Jenny B.
Hi, V Heard. Yeah, we're glad to make it home. Hello, Jenny B out in California. Hey, Patrick Callahan. Hey, Liz Dow. Hey, Geneva. Oh, we're exhausted.
Yeah, we're exhausted.
But we're back.
Yeah. Howdy, Lee Wasserman. Hi.
Family Dutton. Hello.
From North Carolina. Hello. Well, I miss North Carolina in Outer Banks. It's been 2 years that I've not been there.
Hello in Missouri, just legs. Well, it was hot in Missouri when we were there. Hey, Tennessee Outdoors. James Lynch, hello.
Hi.
Lee, I said your name correct. Great. Hey, Cindy Roth.
Hello from
Oregon. Patriotic X-Ray Tech. Hello, Trish from the Smoky Mountains. We're just there for a couple days. That was our last stop.
Yeah.
Sally Schultz, what?
Yeah, Sally Schultz.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Jeff Sherwood.
From North Carolina.
Thanks for going on the trip with us.
Yep.
Yes, Geneva, we are exhausted. Hello from the Corvette capital, Vet City Audit News. What is that? Where is that? Michigan?
Where is that?
I don't know. Where's the Corvette capital of the world? Detroit?
I think New Jersey.
Hey, folks from NC. Got a lot of folks from North Carolina on here today.
Hi, Joanne Williams.
Yeah, hi, Joan. Nope. Well, I was wrong about
Jill
that.
K, welcome home. Thank you, Jill K. I miss Missouri and Colorado.
Yeah, Jenny B, we miss Colorado too.
Yeah, we miss Colorado.
And we could spend our summers there, and we just might do it.
Yep. West Virginia.
Eloise Harrison in West by God, Virginia. Hello,
Yep.
Eloise.
We've been there too.
My fellow Appalachian American. Oh, Vet Capital of the World's in Bowling Green, Kentucky, also in Appalachistan.
Oh.
A lot of good stuff comes from Appalachistan.
Yeah, Russia.
Do you need wildlife smoke on a trip from Greensburg, Pennsylvania? Wildfire smoke. No, we didn't go up to Pennsylvania.
Hey, what's it?
Somebody in Washington State.
Fart Belly. That's a funny name.
In Washington. I lived up there for a couple of years.
Well, so from Wisconsin, the Lou, did you all see Bigfoot?
Saw something weird up there in Colorado.
Our last night, no?
The last night in Colorado,
yeah, if you guys seen my video, oh my goodness, that was so scary.
Oh, in the tent?
Yeah, Vet City Audit News, world largest cave is here. What, honey?
Nothing. Cheryl Freeland, I saw where you passed the cross in Texas. That's an awesome place to visit. It's a church building there. See many things from the crucifix for the cross and exhibit all. Yeah, we remember that big cross in Texas?
Yeah.
Thumper Rabbit 4.
Yeah, and the windmills too.
Rock Sutton is in
Indiana. Yeah, we've been to Indiana. We ate.
Martha Truitt's in South Texas. Good to see you too.
We ate in KFC in Indiana.
Yeah, okay. So story time. I'm going to tell a story, huh?
Okay.
Don't trust Siri when you travel. She will out you. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
No.
We're very tired, but she's really tired. So our first couple nights was in Kentucky. We drove like 8 hours straight, blew through Virginia, blew through West by God, Virginia, blew halfway across the state of Kentucky, but it was getting dark on us. So we stayed in Lexington for the night. And Daniel, our son, who's staying with a friend tonight, one of his best friends came over and they picked him up here earlier. And he's going to spend a couple days over there.
He's not tired.
No, he's not tired.
It's nice to be 11.
So Kentucky Fried Chicken is his favorite restaurant. So he wanted to just eat KFC somewhere while we're in Kentucky. Hi, GS Mom. And so we said, okay, before we leave Kentucky, we'll get you KFC, but we've got to get to Louisville the next day because we're seeing our friend Janice, who she's not stationed there full time. She's on TDY work there at Fort Knox. She's stationed out in Pasadena. She's in charge of an entire command. She's a lieutenant colonel. So it just so happened that she was in Kentucky while we were. So we went to Louisville the next day, spent the day with Janice. She came and saw us, and she drove us to the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville. And hey, Lawrence Bell in Atlanta, Georgia. And so Daniel kept saying, I want to go eat KFC while we're in Kentucky. Want to eat KFC while we're in Kentucky? We're like, okay, okay. So we saw this big thing called the Yum Center with the colonel on it and everything. And hey, Delbert, first time texting us. Well, hey, welcome. Well, we Googled it. It turns out that was like an arena. I guess that's where they have big concerts and stuff. So Janice treated us to some really nice Japanese food there in downtown Louisville, in historic downtown Louisville. So the next day, we're leaving Kentucky, and we told Daniel, we said, we will stop at a KFC before we cross into Indiana so you can eat Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky. He's like, okay. So next thing you know, we're on this huge bridge, and here's this giant sign on the other side of the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
You finally remember?
Yeah.
Okay. And I see this big sign that says, welcome to Indiana.
Indiana,
So I grabbed Daniel's phone because we limit the amount of time he has on his gadgets. I go, here, buddy, go ahead and play some games until we find a KFC. So that way his head would be out. He's like, okay. So he starts playing some games on his phone. We cross the state line, and then Siri comes on because we were using her as guidance for directions. And she says, hey, Jason, down North Carolina. She says, welcome to Indiana. You have left Kentucky. And I was like, oh. And then 2 miles into Indiana, we found a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
So we stopped and ate KFC at Indiana.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't think you can pull the hood over somebody's eyes if they're in the cab with you if you're using Siri for your guide. Brushy Mountain Prison, I think y'all would enjoy it. Yeah, I don't think we'd enjoy anything, unless it's like not a real one. Tennessee Outdoors. Just giving us a place to visit there. Back in Eastern Tennessee. Oh, concerts and can tour the old prison. Not too interested in that type of thing. But thank you for the recommendation.
KFC is basically the same
Yeah,
everywhere.
it is the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Delbert. Well, we're glad you've been watching us for a while.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, honey, what was your favorite part of the trip?
Oh, okay. Almost everything, but I have the most very favorite one. I have the two, but they're Thai. Number one, oh no, those Thai one is the Colorado and the Grand Canyon. Yeah.
No, we don't follow horse racing, that city.
Yeah.
But I read the book Seabiscuit, watched the movie like 6 times.
Yeah. So what about you? What was your favorite part in the trip?
Having you and Daniel with me.
Oh.
Hey, Steve Bronson.
Nice.
Yeah, but the most beautiful place, in my opinion, was Colorado, without a doubt. The Grand Canyon was amazing. It was really neat to be there. I mean, I've seen pictures of that place my whole life, of course, like all of us, seen video footage of it and all that, but it's no comparison to actually being there. I mean, we got there, and when we first got to the first view, Dearly's all excited. She's taking video footage and all. And I'm a YouTuber. This is what I do. I mean, I'm like all about pulling out the camera and documenting the stuff we're doing. But when I got there, I kneeled down and I looked out into the canyon, and I just felt it was almost cathartic. I mean, I didn't cry, but I felt awe. And Dearly comes over, handed me the phone saying, here, film me over here. And I said, no, just wait. And she comes back over a couple minutes later. She goes, you should make your video. And I said, honey, I'm going to spend time with this view and with this canyon until this feeling leaves me. Please, you go do your thing. You go video. And I just sat there for a full 5 minutes, and I just took it in, and I allowed myself to feel it. You know, and then of course I made the video, and you guys, most of you watched the video, and I'm thankful you watched the video. And I certainly would not go to a place like that without getting video footage for our viewers. But Just
Oh,
that 5 minutes kneeling down there, just taking in that view and taking in the feeling. Uh,
yeah, the arch is beautiful too.
yeah, we went to the
Yeah,
arch. Jenny B was asking about the arch.
yeah,
But
it's
but
super pretty.
Colorado, I mean, the Grand Canyon, that was like, and I love the desert of Arizona. James Lynch, no, I wanted to go to the Hoover Dam. We cut our trip a little short. We didn't, we were going to go all the way to the Pacific in California, but
Yeah, the back to the Grand Canyon story. Yeah, the Grand Canyon it's super duper duper beautiful, guys. Like I hope you guys not the one that who not seeing it yet, please go to the Grand Canyon because it's just so majestic. It's so beautiful. We stayed there for hours.
yeah, we were
Yeah,
there
we
pretty much
stayed
all
there for
day
and
from the
then
time we
just
got
hung
there.
and then we just hung out and just looking at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we
It's
went
just so
to the
beautiful.
different overlooks, the different
Yeah,
stops.
we went to the South Rim.
Sally in St. Louis loved our video of the arch. Well, thank you, Sally. We love St. Louis.
Yeah.
It was 99 degrees the day we were there, and I was getting very close to having a heat stroke. I was a heat cat in Iraq, and once you've had a heat injury, you're more susceptible to them. I can tolerate cold weather more so than hot weather. So I was getting lightheaded and dizzy, and I had to actually sit down. I had to tell them to sit down and wait. And then we finally got back to the truck. But then 2 days later, we were getting snowed on in Colorado. So
Yeah.
it's 99 degrees. I'm getting ready to have a heat injury. And then 2 days later, we're getting snowed on when we stopped for lunch in Colorado. It's amazing.
Let's go commercial, guys. Charan.
Catitude, is there any place you went that you think you would rather live in than Virginia? Absolutely
Think.
not. As beautiful as Colorado is,
Hi,
and as
Jonathan.
much as we really have talked about maybe spending summers there because it does get kind of hot down here. I love Albemarle County, Virginia. It's got everything, and it's got all four seasons, and the winters are very mild, very tolerable. The summers can be a little intolerable. Honey, in the July, August, and September, it's hotter here in Virginia than it is in the Philippines, isn't it?
Yep, and it's so humid.
But fall is beautiful, spring is beautiful, and you've got UVA here and everything associated with that. And we've become big UVA football fans, and we've made good friends here. A lot of there's now listen, this is not even the majority, but there's a lot of pretentious snobs here. I think that's common for any university town. But I sum it up this way. I mean, this is kind of like the psychology behind it. A lot of people in Charlottesville are, I mean, they're kind of important people who have done some things. They've accomplished some things. A lot of wealthy people here, uh, like like a lot of people have. And then the other half wants you to think they are, and so they act like snobs. So you take it with a grain of salt. Once you identify them, you have nothing to do with them. But we have truly excellent, real good friends here. They took care of our property while we were gone. We have a neighbor. You never hear about our good neighbors. We only talk about our bad neighbors, a hate collector and a sociopath over here. Don't really talk about them that much. Never gone into detail on the channel with that one. But we have a neighbor who, while we were gone, he had an oak tree fall down on his property. He's got a big property. Him and his wife have class. They take care of it. They manicure it the same way we do. Ours, theirs is more forest than it is field and stuff, so it looks different, but it's a well-maintained, well-manicured forest. They had an oak tree fall. They don't want to just leave it laying there because they have class and they have self-respect. So the guy got out there, cut it up, split it up, hauled it over here and stacked it. So when we got home, we have practically half a winter's worth of firewood waiting on us out here drying. And I mean, this is an example as to why, and this person, and I wouldn't name him or his wife or his family on film because they are actual personal friends,
privacy.
but they are successful, established, educated, well-to-do professionals, yet they are humble and they're the salt of the earth because they're real. So we've been fortunate enough to find enough folks like that to make this place truly our home. And
Yep.
is it, yeah, Catitude is he and his wife and their children. They're awesome people, awesome neighbors. And that's the majority of the folks that we know, and that is 100% of the people that we associate with.
Then we have a wonderful friends here.
Yeah, that's and then we've got close knit friends and yeah, Russian sun here. It's better to focus on the positive neighbors. That's what we do. Now we talk trash about the hay collector and annoying neighbors on because this is social media, which as Lady Gaga refers to it, the gutter of the internet. If we came on here and talked about all the good people and the great people in our lives, we wouldn't have an audience. I mean, just sadly, that's social media. That's whatever. But yeah, there's nowhere we'd rather live than here. I mean, are you in agreement with that, honey?
Yeah. Sean for purple.
I'm glad you guys had a wonderful
Good
trip. Yeah, we had an
Thank
amazing
you.
trip.
Hi, Sean. Look at guys, my zucchini from our garden. Honey, we can fit our chin.
You want me to put our chin on here like that? Okay.
Yeah, it's so big, guys. Look at this.
I don't think you can zoom in.
My
Yeah.
zucchini from
Well, we
my
got like a
garden.
dozen of those.
Yep.
Wondering if you and Dearly ever thought of writing a book together.
No, that's not gonna
It's not
happen.
going to happen. Hey, Iva's Journey. Glad to see you too.
Look at the bottom of this.
Honey, I can't see the comments. Hey, zucchini bread, we're going to. Jonathan Lewis, hey, buddy. It's obvious why it's really beautiful there and how awesome your veggies are. From Mad TCW. Oh, it's awesome here. Yeah. And there's always so much to do. Only boring people get bored, and I have no clue how you could get bored ever if you live in the Charlottesville area. We don't live in the city, we live out in the county, but you got all the sports associated with the university, the
Yeah.
concerts.
Lots of river. Lots
Yeah, there's
of
rivers,
creek,
camping, hiking, mountains, forest.
everything.
Like
Yeah.
we're always outside. We're always camping,
Yeah.
hiking, cycling, running, jogging. It's just got everything. More restaurants than anybody per capita than except for Atlanta, Georgia.
Becky T, hi from Colorado.
Hi, Becky T. You live in a very beautiful state. Cassandra in Arizona. Did we enjoy the Grand Canyon? We loved it.
Yes, we love it.
You
We're
just-
gonna go back there someday.
Yeah.
And stay longer.
And the desert of Arizona was so amazing.
Oh
What
my
amazed
gosh,
me?
It's so beautiful.
The beauty. It was breathtaking. And so you would see it. You'd go down these long, endless highways. It'd be like the straights would be like 6 to 10 miles long, and then you'd start climbing, and then we rehomed our chicks before we left. They were doing great. They're in a good spot because we were not going to ask somebody to come here every day and take care of chickens
Yeah.
for up to
Because the chicken needs to be taken care
every
twice a
day,
day.
twice a day, and
Morning
that's just
and afternoon,
we're-
especially it's so hot.
we would not put someone out to that degree. So, but the thing about the desert in Arizona, you're taking it in. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Then you start up the next crest, and then when you top that crest, you crest that mountain, then you start down the other side. It's still desert, but it's an entirely different view.
Yeah.
So it's like equal in beauty, but entirely different in appearance. And it's like, oh. So it's like Colorado and Arizona were both that way. In that just like Colorado, it took us 3 full days of driving to get through Colorado.
And it to get out 2 days?
Well, no, because we camped for 3 days. We were in Colorado for like 5 days, something like that. We
Yeah,
spent
I
2
think
nights.
so.
But total drive time for like got from what time we left Kansas, we spent a night in Denver. Then it took us an entire day to get to our campground. We spent 2 nights there. Then it took us another entire day to get out of Colorado when we left to get to Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
And same thing, you'd crest a mountain, and
Hi, Cassandra.
we were talking about we're talking like 14,000 feet. Some of these peaks.
Yeah.
And it's same thing. It's just awe-inspiring beauty. And then you cross the next one, and then it's the same thing. It's like
They serves a different beauty. All the places that we've been to, it serves in different beauty. And by the way, guys, how many states that we
12, I think.
12, yeah.
Yeah.
So we been to 12 states.
Wayne Burdick, you like my stories? Well, Wayne, good. Hey, Kevin and Dearly, did anyone tell you any Bigfoot stories? Yes, they did. You're going to hear
Yeah.
them. Just not right now. We're too tired for that. That's coming.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Stephen.
Stephen Thomas. Like, I'm so tired, I can't remember
Oh, by the
what
way, guys,
question I was just answering
and you
halfway through.
should plug my peanuts.
Why don't you do it? You're right
Because
here.
you're very good at it. Do it. please.
Okay, she wants me to plug her peanuts. Hey, buy her peanuts now that we're home.
Nothing much prettier than
Yeah, Dave, you
Virginia.
live in Virginia too somewhere, don't you? I think I've seen you say that in comments.
Yeah, guys, by the way, guys, my peanuts, it's available. But only peanuts, guys, but not the spring rolls. No, I'm gonna sell that maybe early October or late September. Please, guys, buy my peanuts.
Hi, Sharon in
It's
Alabama.
it's in our Etsy store. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so
Yeah,
much.
that's back open as well as
Yeah.
for those Halloween fans out there. I was inspired by many of the first Peoples Nations reservations that we traveled on and even camped on at times to come home and
Thanks, Joshua.
hey, Joshua Huff from West by God, Virginia. Okay, Cassandra says that video you caught in Colorado of the heat. Yeah, that was some weird stuff. Yeah, but I have a new creation with my new art form of wood carving, and I was inspired by the First Nations peoples. I didn't realize how many reservations there were down there in the American Southwest, all the way even through the Southeast. So I've come home and I'm now creating dun 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 Halloween totem poles. Check it out. Also available in our Etsy store. Somebody just commented that they can't wait to hear October Nights Part 2. Oh, let me tell you, it's going to crush Part 1. Yes, Family
Yes.
Dutton. Our books are now available on Etsy as well. We've turned our Etsy store back on. Yeah, I just thought, well, the hell has got a jack-o'-lantern, a little Frankenstein. Okay, Dave is south of Richmond. All right. And then a ghost, of course. So, yeah, I'll put that there. That looks like a pumpkin behind me, but that's Daniel's basketball.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Thanks, Family Dutton. Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Oops,
getting
sorry.
there. We're working on it.
Oops, sorry.
Karen
From
Yost
from
in West Virginia. Hello, Karen.
Look at this. It's so cute.
Or Yost. Hope I didn't mispronounce it.
Now you see me. Now you don't. Now you see me. Now you don't.
Thanks, Christy.
Cut my six.
Thanks, Deb. I'm getting better at it. This takes time and practice. Annette Flynn, good to see us home. It's nice to be home.
Yep. There's no place like home. Waiting
Hi,
for
Robert.
Halloween. Yep.
Hi, Robert in Canada. Yeah, Vet City. We'll have a good rest later. Yeah, I'm excited for
Yeah.
Halloween too, Catitude. I'm starting to get anxiety about making sure this book gets edited properly and got to make sure, what's his name? That D-bag over in the Philippines that does my editing. Got to call him up and say, hey, start drying out. I don't let this guy touch my stuff unless it's been sober at least 10 days. He's a genius when he's dry and clean, but man, when he's using, he's good at what he does. Truman Jackson, my editor. 112 days till Halloween.
Wow.
112. Did you meet any tribe members in the Arizona area? A lot. Let me tell you, you were asking about the favorite part of our trip earlier, and I said the fact that my wife and son were with me, and I talked about Colorado and Arizona. And then I talked about how there's no place I'd rather live than here in Charlottesville, in the Charlottesville area, because we love it here so much. We've got good friends, and there's a lot of good people here. My absolute favorite part of the trip was the people. From the time we got out of Charlottesville until we got home, we didn't run into a single pretentious snob. Everybody was genuine. Everybody was kind, friendly. And you asked about if we met any Native American people. Yeah, we camped on the Navajo Nation in Tuba City, about an hour away from the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
Those folks were wonderful. Everybody we came into contact with, I think I might have mentioned this in another video. There were 2 days on the trip I didn't run. One was in the Navajo Nation, but it wasn't because of the people. It was because of an angry ancestor spirit named Chief Cockton. Okay? What's so funny about that?
I remember this story.
Chief Cockton. Don't give any spoilers, honey. They've got to
Yeah,
wait
I'm
until
not.
October Nights Part 2 comes out.
Yeah, guys.
But I guess I kind of unintentionally and unbeknownst to anybody, but this angry ancestor spirit kind of disrespected one of their rules, and he haunted me relentlessly and actually drove us off of the reservation a day early. Hey, Jackie, right up there in Parkersburg. He, well, I don't want to.
Yeah, you should not
I'm
tell
not going to
because
tell too
it's
much.
very, very,
Um,
very, very good
the living
story.
First Nations people we met were wonderful. The people that worked at the campgrounds where we stayed, who owned the campgrounds, fellow campers, fellow travelers, strangers in cities we'd never been when we would stop to eat or go into Walmart, were wonderful. They were pleasant. Some people would small talk. Nobody put on airs. Nobody tried to act all
Yeah,
self
I
important.
never
You know,
experienced.
it was like, wow. And I'd forgotten because I haven't been out of Charlottesville in a while because of COVID. And um, when I would leave, it would be for like a week at the beach. But I didn't really interact with a lot of people. But I'd forgotten just how humble, genuine, and real and down home most Americans really are. These are the most wonderful people on planet Earth. And it was so nice to just be around real people who wasn't trying to make you think they were something they weren't. Uh, it's like, and a lot of it too, like you hear in the media, people were talking about the First Nations people. We don't watch media. It's poison. It's
We don't
poison to your
have
brain.
TV.
We don't have a, well, yeah, we don't have a TV. Our son has one for games that we limit. But I'm on the internet enough to know, just noticing things that the media really wants us all to believe. Catitude, this zucchini weighs about 10 pounds.
I'm gonna wait it while you're talking. I have a wait. I have a wait. Excuse me.
Yeah, they want us to, they really do think they want us to hate each other, or they at least want us to think that everybody out there hates us for one reason or another, to instill fear so that we won't go out and do the things that we just spent the last 2 weeks doing. Traveling the world, seeing places, seeing other people, coming into contact with other people. I was wearing one of my funny Bigfoot Sasquatch shirts in a store. Where was this? I think it was in Colorado. And a black guy about my age is coming down the aisle, and he looks over and he reads it and he just starts laughing. He's like, "Man, where'd you get that shirt?" And we just stood there and talked for like 5 minutes. I told him we were traveling from Virginia, all that. Pleasant conversation, great conversation. Then again, on the reservation, the Native American Indians, they didn't scream at me because of what my ancestors did to their ancestors. They welcomed us. I mean, it was obvious we were from out of town. Everybody everywhere was just so pleasant. And this is the America I remember leaving before I deployed to Iraq and then spent 6 years in the Philippines, and before mainstream media really just became relentless with trying to push this issue of divide and conquer through hate, make sure they see their differences, not their similarities. And there's so many people that are getting caught up in that. And it's not real. It's not real, folks. Nobody out there that doesn't know you hates you because of your skin tone or your religion or what your ancestors did. Man, that stuff's just, you talk about fake news. It's just, that's what it is. It's fake news. Turn that crap off. Go out there and rub elbows with your fellow mankind, whether they're white, black, brown, or somewhere in between. They'd love to rub elbows with you back. I mean, this is real life, man. This isn't fake news trying to make it look like we all hate each other. We never once felt threatened on the trip. Hold on before you give the weight.
Yeah.
Did you feel unsafe at any time on this trip? And we were camping in a tent, surrounded by strangers we didn't know, in cities at times, in towns, sometimes in the mountains, in the woods we've never been. We never had a problem.
Yep.
All right. How much does Chief Cockton weigh?
You guys guess how much?
2,000 pounds.
Guys, you guys guess how much? How many pounds this zucchini?
Let me see. Oh, family day is
Dolly-
probably close. Don't give it away yet. Let me estimate.
Yeah, I'm not. What is your guess?
I'm going to say 7.
Oh wow! Enjoy, Cindy. She's going to have
Grandmother Moon says 8, Russian Sun 8, Ann Berlin 20.
we have a winner.
Oh, yeah?
This one.
Druid Godmother, 7
Yeah.
pounds?
Yeah.
That's what I said, huh?
Yeah.
7 pounds.
Yep.
9 pounds. Oh, Jenny wants to know if she wins it. Catitude guesses 10.
Nope. It's 7 pounds.
7 pounds.
Godmother won it. 7 pounds, guys. It's heavy.
Seven, and this is only one of like a dozen that
Yeah.
we got out of our garden.
I think this is the biggest pounds.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, talking about real people, wonderful people, the guy that brought us all the firewood picked like half the blackberries in our
Yeah.
thing, and he texted and said he's bringing us jam he made with it. I mean, how could you move away from people like that at a place like this? And that's real. That guy will never make the news, you know? Yeah. Sadly, you know, well, it's time he made social media instead of just the ones that harass you relentlessly because you don't let them take the hay anymore, or decide they hate you because your political views might be different than theirs, so they passively, aggressively, and very sociopathically insult you anytime they come into contact with you.
It
Honey, are
feels,
you going to adopt that zucchini?
it feels good.
That thing weighs twice the amount of my toy chihuahuas. They only weigh 3 pounds. Wow, Geneva, those are tiny dogs.
Wow.
Russian Sun, it's great to be in a Commonwealth. Yeah, it is.
You could
Blackberry
make
cooler a la
zucchini
mode.
relish.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I love relish. Yeah. We look so tired.
Because we are.
Yeah.
Make social media great again. Hey, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great if people who didn't spew out the mainstream mantra could actually have a place to go and not have to wear that velvet muzzle that every other major social media platform puts on its content creators? Yeah, who knows? Maybe something like that's coming sometime. Did Daniel meet a lot of kids
Oh
his age? Oh,
gosh,
yeah,
yeah.
he did.
It's like one time there's like a campers and then they have they're like a group and then they have a lot
Ice
of
Storm
kids.
Radios and Cats,
There's like a lot of kids in there.
Kentucky.
They're like in a group of friends. So Daniel met Daniel
Hi,
at
Dinner
first.
Bells.
He was kind of shy, and then until because he wanna play with other kids, so he kind of go in there and say hi to the kids, and then he's like, "Hey, you guys wanna
Hey,
play a
Mrs.
football?"
Edmondson.
Because Daniel he brought his
Oh,
football
yeah.
ball. Hi, Jennifer. So the kid's like, "Sure." So since then, oh my goodness, it's like Daniel. He played with them almost midnight.
Yeah, they were within sight of us, so we knew
Yeah,
where he was, and
it's
we had
like
our eye on him the whole time.
yeah,
And we would go down and check on them. And they
yeah.
were wonderful people, a bunch of people about her age, mid
Yeah.
30s, from the Denver area, who were camping. We were 6 hours away from Denver, but they were wonderful people, polite, kind, nice, welcoming. Invited us to the campfire to sit with them. We had a really great time. Oh, Jackie, right?
Thanks,
Thank you for
Jackie.
that.
Right? I'm glad you made it
Jennifer
home.
Edmondson. I saw you commented on our video in
Thanks,
Oklahoma
Jennifer.
City that you lived on the west side of Oklahoma City. We wish we'd have known too, but and we went through a lot of towns, and a lot of you folks were like, "Oh, I wish you'd have told us because I live there." We know that like the majority of you are not psychos,
Yep.
but we always have to keep that on the down low where we are. A lot of times we never uploaded a video until we left the town because there are some people out there who are psychos.
That's based on our experience.
I mean, have you read the book The Lunatic, which is also available for sale in our
Not
Etsy
this year.
store? It came out a year ago. If you haven't read that, I mean, there are lunatics out there. We know this firsthand. So we have to. It's sad that we can't announce, hey, this is where we're going to be. So we could meet up with the Jennifer Edmontons of the world, the Geneva Hendersons down in Texas,
Yeah.
because the psychos would show up too. So
Sorry.
thanks, Jenny B. Yes, it was a great book. It is a great book.
God, my baby is tired.
Thought about writing a sequel called The Lunatic Part 2. This time he is a she. And you can only imagine
Yes,
where I
Jennifer.
would go
Yes,
with that.
gratitude. Thanks, family Dutton. Hi, 175 people watching.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I was looking at the thumbs up. I was saying, why is there only 106 people on here?
Thank you, Kevin and Dearly.
Becky T, Colorado. What a
Thanks.
beautiful place.
Yeah, I love Colorado.
You could make a lot of zucchini bread.
Yeah.
I think we're going to eat so much zucchini over the next week or so that we're going to turn green.
Here's the baby.
David
Here's the
Governor,
mother and
Drew
here's the
Governor.
daughter.
Lunatic stories are the scariest. Yeah, well, what's scary is they're like all around you. You just don't really know. That's a lot of times. But Lizzie Daff, hi, this is Lizzie from the UK. You're so lucky to have such an amazing holiday. Maybe I'll make it to the USA one day. You should, Lizzie, if you can. I've been over there to England. Beautiful country, wonderful people. It's another lie the news in America will tell you. You remember they had this thing there going on for years about how the rest of the world hates America. Everybody around the world hates America. I remember the first time I went to England, I was afraid to talk because I was afraid that once they heard my American accent, they were going to tell me how much they hated me. Never happened. I'd go to a restaurant and I'd order my meal, and the waitress or waiter would look at me and say, "Are you an American?" And I'd say, "Uh-huh." I was getting ready to get kicked out of the restaurant. They'd say, "Oh, this is wonderful. Hey, drinks are on me. Okay, you cover your food. I've got your drink. Have you ever been to Disneyland?" So many people in England wanted to know if I'd ever been to Disneyland, and I'd laugh, say, "No, not yet." And they'd tell me they wanted to come over here and go to Disneyland.
Hi, Steve from
But
Australia.
yeah, they're just wonderful people everywhere, all over the world, and not a single person. And I've been in 12 different countries. Not a single one of them ever told me that they hated me because I was an American. This is not counting Al Qaeda in Iraq, but they typically didn't get many words in our presence, if you understand what I mean. Oh, Winston is being taken care of by some folks that live about 12 miles away from us. And they have a couple little kids that I fear may have fallen madly in love with him in our
Yeah.
absence. And I'm just not about to break the heart of a 3-year-old kid
Yeah.
by
She's super
reclaim.
sweet.
She's a little sweetheart.
Yeah, as soon as she saw it, she's like,
Yeah, because she already had one rabbit,
Winston.
and she just thought Winston could keep her rabbit company while we were gone. And
Remember when she saw Winston,
Oh,
like she
yeah.
doesn't care about us? She
she
told
just
her
came
dad,
running
like,
out of the house.
yeah, bring Winston inside.
Yeah, tell them to leave. Bring him in the house. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, because that's why we did that, because we're leaving for weeks, so we
Yeah.
don't want any, because Winston, it needs his litter to clean every 2 days.
That would be correct, Miss Catitude. You'd make a good dentist. You seem like you could take the pliers and just go right in that mouth and yank anything out you wanted to.
Hi, Cassandra, dirty
Make a
when you
cheesecake
harvest
when I harvest the
berries.
berries, yeah, and smoothies and all that stuff. That's a
So
good
if
idea.
you sell some on Etsy, I'll buy them from. Oh, I'm not,
Oh, cha-ching. No, I'm kidding.
guys. I'm not very good. I never.
Hey, Catherine, glad you're here.
I never done that, Cassandra. Yeah, but that's a good idea though, to sell something like that on Etsy. And speaking of my it's our Etsy store. My peanuts is still it's available now, guys. Yeah, please order some peanuts.
Oh, Catherine
Catherine,
David.
I ordered some
Yay.
peanuts. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. And then, guys, my peanuts. I'm gonna put a lot. Oh, I put more garlic into it. Yeah, because so many requesting when they buy it, they send us a message that the garlic in it, it's super delicious. They wish it's a lot. So I'm gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
So please buy my peanuts, guys.
And Annette, yes, dearly is tired, and I'm glad you liked the book.
Yeah, I'm tired, guys.
Oh,
I love
thanks,
you all.
Catherine. We did too.
Thank you. Yeah, Daniel. Oh my goodness, Daniel Hanino, he did a great job. Yeah. Are the
Sean for a purple cloak. No, they're like 11 ounces or 10.8 ounces.
It's like close to 1 pound. Do you hear about how Cleopatra? Yeah,
Oh,
she's oh my goodness,
She's
she's
died and
doing.
gone to cat's heaven.
Yeah, if you can talk to Cleopatra, she will answer you. I bet she will answer you. Please don't,
Yeah, please don't ever come
come.
get me.
Yeah.
She's got some fur buddies she lives
Yeah.
with now, 2 of them. And,
Yes, Catherine.
she's not here now. And what's so amazing is we have more rabbits on this
Oh,
property
yeah,
than we ever
birds.
have.
The
The
birds.
birds.
Yeah.
We have these little barn swallows that nest on our woodshed every year. And she would just wait outside.
It's so sad that she's not here, but
Well,
there's a good part
Yeah.
that she's not here.
She would. She
know
knew.
what I mean?
She knew where every bird's nest was on this
Yeah.
property, and she would wait for those fledglings to
know.
come out of the nest and hit the ground, and she'd pounce on them and kill them for fun.
Yeah, and also the bird feeder.
Yeah, the
bird
bird
feeder
feeder.
by the-
We were just fattening them up for
Yeah,
her.
she's like literally waiting.
Well, she's a cat, and that's
Yeah,
what they
I
do.
know.
It's
She
in her
loves to
nature,
hunt,
so
yeah.
you can't fault her for that. But now it's like we've noticed we're not having a problem with June bugs this year like we have in the past because our barn swallows have survived. They've already had 3 broods. We've got more barn swallows here than we ever have, and we are watching them with our eyes chase down and grab these June bugs, fly them up to a power line or a tree branch, and devour them. So
This is
we don't have a problem with June bugs because we
so
finally have the
yeah.
barn swallows back now
Yeah,
because the
for the
cat's
first
gone.
time, honey, no? Since we
Yeah.
got here, so far we don't have problem for June bugs so
Yeah.
far. I like I like cats now that I'm having the pets sit them sometimes. Yeah, Cleopatra, she's a very good
Well,
hunter.
yeah.
Beautiful.
And I don't guess we minded so much that she got the field rats or whatever, but she would get the rabbits, the baby squirrels,
Mm. And then she
the
bring it
birds.
to us, no?
Well, yeah, and that's what
And
cats
then
do. And you have
yeah,
to tell her, "Oh, good job, you're
yeah.
doing great." But
The thing that I don't like she does that I know it's so natural to
hi,
her
McClurg.
because that's what they do when she bring a bird and then the bird is like half dead. Makes me so sad. Yeah, but that's how they do it. So oh, I saw a lightning bug. You want me to catch it?
Oh, sure, honey, go catch a lightning bug.
I saw a lightning
That's
bug.
something we noticed too, honey. There's no lightning bugs out west, and even in Oklahoma City, the cicadas were so loud. In Oklahoma City, it was hard to sleep at night, but they had no lightning bugs, and we didn't see lightning bugs until we got back to Virginia, huh?
Guys, I have a surprise for all of you.
Oh, the hillbilly garden, Sandra, has already been harvested. We got so many potatoes out of there this year, and
The
spinach.
fly.
Oh, there's still carrots in there we haven't harvested yet. They're probably
Oh
about
my gosh,
ready.
I forgot the carrots.
Yeah, they're still in there. We should get
What
those.
else?
Carrots. There's
The
probably more
potatoes.
potatoes we can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the cicada.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's super loud, but it sounds super good. I love cicada sounds, bullfrogs.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Homestead question. Bagworms in our cypress trees. Do you have a remedy or experience the same? I've used some organic spray with no success. Also, we have picked them by hand too. Okay.
Hi, Louisa.
Hi, Louisa. Cicadas and grasshoppers are bountiful in Oklahoma. Yes, they are. Uh, we don't. We have the Leland cypresses. We planted them at 18 inches tall. Some of them are 18 feet tall now. 5 years later, we've got some natural dieback going on with some of them. Say they look brown, but I know what it is. It's natural dieback. Yeah, we grew our potatoes in our hillbilly garden in boxes. But you can grow up through winter that way too. That's good advice. We ought to try that. We don't spray them.
Leave them alone.
Yeah, we're really big on not spraying because we have a pond full of fish and we eat the vegetables and fruit we grow. We just don't want. Now we do use deer repellent.
Yeah.
We spray, but it's plant and animal safe unless you're a deer. I guess they'd leave that part off the packaging. But those worms, I know there are things out there that will eat those, and I guess whatever those things are, probably birds and other insects, bats at night, eat them to where they're not a threat at this time, at least to our cypress trees. How do you deal with the moles? Well, we don't have a problem with moles. Catherine, you should grow a garden. Amber from Colorado also is nice to get back home. How was Tennessee? Hot and humid. When we're in Tennessee, it was between 100 and 105 degrees daily. And one day the heat index hit 115. We cut this trip short. We planned to be out there another week or 10 days,
Yep.
but we were camping in a tent. And I was
Yep.
like, if we're going to be sitting in the cab of the truck with the air conditioning on for 4 or 5 hours a day, we should just drive and get home.
Yeah.
So, thank you,
Yeah.
Kathy.
I think next time we're just gonna do it early.
Well, this is what we've been talking about. This is just an idea. It's nothing we've committed to, but what we're thinking about doing is getting one of those campers that you can put in the bed of your truck,
Yeah.
because
Exciting.
that's enough space for us. It's
Yeah.
got we saw some in Colorado and actually looked in them. They're affordable. You're talking about you can get a really good quality secondhand one for $5,000 to $10,000 versus 40,000 for one of the
Yeah.
bigger type campers that you have to drag. They've got air conditioning. They're protected from the sun. You can put the stilts down and then get your truck out from underneath them. So it would really fill our needs in two ways. Number one, we've talked about putting that up at our family campground here on our homestead when it's not on the road with us, and so we actually have a more we've got it. It's not permanent. It's not going to be a permanent structure. We don't have to go to the gods of Albemarle County and get permission because we're not putting it on a cement platform or nothing. Just lowering the stilts, pulling the truck out, and then we got the camper there on our personal campground when we're here. And then, yeah, those have AC, yeah. So, but then in the summer, throw it in the back of the truck, hit the road, and stay gone for 3 months.
George.
And I seriously, and her too, and even Daniel, we literally could go to Colorado and just,
Yeah, I stayed there for months.
yeah, stay in one camp place for a week. Take the camper out of the truck so we can use the truck to drive around and explore and hike and go to any stores we need to go to.
Yeah.
Then go somewhere else in Colorado and spend a week or two there. Basically, spend 2 or 3 months in Colorado, but never stay at the same place more than a week or two.
And then the nice part of that too, when you get in the place, you don't have to put up or prepare everything like a tent. No,
Yeah.
the tent was fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very very fun. But when you drive for hours, that's the last thing that you want to do, to put up the tent. Yeah.
Yeah, Sandra has good advice. Go north in the summer. That's what we've talked about. Up in
Yeah, we
Minnesota, she
talked
says
that.
it's 70 to 80
Yeah,
degrees.
next time if we're gonna do the cross country trip again, we're gonna do the opposite way. Yeah, we thought we're gonna be gone for
Well, up to
like
2 months. We were
like at
prepared to
least
do
5 months.
that. But where
Oh
we,
no, not 5 months. At least
5 weeks.
yeah, 5 weeks.
But where we kind of screwed ourselves is on the way back, we took the southern route. We were going to go even deeper south than that because I, honest to God, was going to go down to Houston and try to meet George Foreman.
Yeah.
But it was just too hot. It wasn't safe. So I'm going to have to go out and meet Big George in the winter
Yeah.
unless I fly.
We should just fly
Yeah.
if that's all you wanna do. Will be
Will
that
that
is
be this
no,
fall?
I don't
No.
think so. No. Hopefully next year.
Next summer. But we're
Yeah,
going to do some more.
hopefully.
We've already got some more tent camping trips planned out
Yeah.
for the rest of this summer and into the fall.
Yeah, guys, we had so much fun from our trip. While we're in the trip, we'll already plan the next
The next trip,
vacation. Yeah, the
yeah.
next trip, because it's just so much fun.
Yeah, we realized just this experience of getting a tent big enough for
Yeah.
our family to be comfortable in and the camping equipment we need, it opened up new doors to us that we'd not explored. There are places in Virginia. Virginia is a big state as far as East Coast states go. There are places here we've not seen that we're now going to go see because we know we can get a tent site in a campground for like $18. So they can be 2 or 3 day weekend long type
Yeah.
trips. Go out, camp for a couple nights, see some lakes,
Yeah.
seaside areas like the Eastern Shore
Yeah.
that we've never seen. We're just going to go out there instead of spending $180 in a Marriott.
Yeah.
We're going to spend $18 a night for the campsite.
Yeah. And the tip, guys, if you guys want to do that, just try to stay in the KOA a little bit far from the city, because they are a bit pricey. Yeah.
Yeah, the closer you get to the cities, the pricier they are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the best kept secret we found were the privately owned campgrounds,
Yeah.
not associated with KOA. Nothing against KOA; those sites were wonderful. But the place we stayed at in Colorado, that wasn't a KOA site, and they had
It's a
showers
private,
and
yeah.
flushing
Or
toilets.
even
and,
in the Tuba City.
yeah, in Tuba City, that
Yeah,
wasn't
they're
a KOA.
private. Yeah, they're
Was that?
private. That's not KOA.
That wasn't KOA.
Yeah, that's a
Oh yeah,
Navajo.
Navajo Nation. That was
Yeah,
part of
Navajo.
a hotel chain.
Yeah,
called,
it's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean for Purple Cloak Campton Tents when he was younger.
Really good.
Yeah, you meet different people is really
Yep.
neat. In Colorado, and I've
Thanks, George.
talked about this
You
in
too.
a couple of the videos. Met an old boy from Southwest Virginia, grew up in Appalachia, and we just really hit it off like that. And his wife, his name was Chuck. His wife's name was Gwen.
Yeah.
Wonderful people. Talked to them the whole time we were there, and they left. They were from living in Tucson, Arizona, or Tucson, I think, maybe Phoenix, but they were going up to Northern California for a family reunion for her side. And yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's wearing a Virginia Tech hat. Meet him. And then it turns out the woman that works in the campground in the office, she asked where I was from like a couple of days, like the next day. And I told her Charlottesville, Virginia. It turns out she's from Richmond. And her 18-year-old daughter, who was the girl that checked us in the night before, was born in Richmond, Virginia. I mean, it's just such a small world. Met all these Virginians out there in Colorado. Well, it's starting to get dark on us.
Yeah, can you guys still see me? TJ Lena, good evening.
Bye-bye, spammer.
Guys, I
Asian.
got a really, really nice stand. Yeah.
Now, state parks, it says state parks are safe places usually. Let me tell you about what's going on in state parks again in case you missed it. The government, in their infinite wisdom, and yes, I'm being facetious, figured out a way to eliminate jobs. You know, they only want to save money when it involves taking away somebody's job who's out there working, right? Not when it comes to like wasteful spending,
I know, right, Jennifer?
like foreign aid, giving third world countries more money that we've been giving them for decades, yet they're still third world, right? But no, let's take away jobs from American people and downsize by taking the employees out of the state parks. What they've done is they've eliminated the people working in the state parks. So you can't just drive into a state park now and say, hey, we'd like to camp for a night. And they
Yeah.
say, great, here's the envelope, give them 15 bucks. You've got to make reservations. Okay, so here's what's going on. All the campsites are being reserved in advance to where the state parks are full. So you get there, you can't get in because you go to the website, it's full, but only half the people are showing up because something comes up in their personal life they can't get
Yeah.
away. They don't take off from work, maybe they didn't save enough money to take their trip. So you're out there, you're outside the gate of the state park, it's getting dark, you're ready to go in there and camp, but you can't because all the campsites are fully booked, but only half the people who book campsites show up. So yes, once again, in its infinite wisdom,
Yeah.
our government has showed us how much of an oxymoron that
Ye-
concept is.
Yeah, and then we didn't find that out until
We're
we're
trying to get
yeah.
a site. We're in
Yeah,
Denver.
because the plan is to stay in Grand Canyon for 5 days.
Yeah, Grand Canyon National
Yeah,
Park.
Grand Canyon National
But even
Park.
before we got there, we were trying to find a state park that had an opening available in Colorado, and we got tired of looking at the website, so I called the number.
Yeah.
And the woman that who was in Canada actually, but who worked uh, for the park services, told us they're all taken, they're all sold
Yeah,
out.
book.
And then we got the story that I just told you from the private campground owner in Colorado who told us that's how it worked.
Yeah.
And man, are they screwing him? You know what they're doing to him? He's got like 220 acres
Oh my gosh,
of
yeah.
privately owned land.
Yeah, that's sad.
Him and his wife bought with a business partner a few years back, and they turned this into a huge success. So now the state park system in Colorado is setting up a state park right on his border.
Yeah.
It was government land, so they said they're doing what Starbucks does to mom and pop coffee shops. I don't know if you knew that, but that's part of Starbucks business models. They'll do market research. They'll find a well-established mom and pop shop, coffee shop in a town or a city somewhere, and then they'll set up a Starbucks right across the street from them to steal their market and put them out of business.
Read Jennifer said.
My ex kept standing on the edge of the
Read.
rim of the Grand Canyon with his toes hanging off. So I made him give me the car keys the whole time we were there. I don't blame you.
That's funny. Wow.
All right. Well, I think we're going to go in and go to bed because we're tired.
What time now? Wow, it's almost 9.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Thanks,
Thanks,
Teresa.
Check your 6 between the tree and the basketball hoop. Let's see the tree and the basketball. I see that right up in here.
Did you see that there? It looks like somebody's standing there.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Back there in the tree line in our
Yeah.
man-made forest, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Looks like we might have company back there.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Catherine Gay. Jeff, have a good night. Take care. Thank you, Irving. And thanks for the live stream. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching too. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, it looks creepy.
Yeah, we better go in.
Did you guys hear that? That's a bullfrog, no?
Mm-hmm.
That is very loud. And he told us welcome home.
Yeah, I think he's saying beware, beware, beware of that thing back there behind you. It's moving around now. You see
Yeah.
it?
Guys, we're going to end this live stream now, but before that, guys, don't forget my peanuts. It's available in our Etsy store. And
And,
thank you guys so much for the all the support.
and our Halloween totem poles.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a
Hey,
very good
Teresa in Georgia.
night.
Good night, Jean. Yeah, it is a big bullfrog. Just
Thank you,
curious.
TJ. Deb,
Good night,
thank
Druid. Good
you.
night, Dave, down there south of Richmond.
Yeah.
Good
You
night,
guys
family
have a
Dutton.
very wonderful night.
Good night, Catherine Gay. Glad you can make it.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Catitude.
Bye, guys. Take care.